Hello, it's May 3rd, 2014, and I'm doing a foo bit, I guess. There's a bunch of arithmetic up on the blackboard, but it only has to do with the amount of time I've been in Arizona. Later this month, it'll be 29 years ago that I moved to Arizona. During that time, I've spent 25 years working in the city of Scottsdale, 8 years at Discount Tire Company, and the rest of the time at Scottsdale Community College. Discount Tire Company is corporate headquartered in Scottsdale. For 23 of the 29 years I've lived in Arizona, I've lived in the city of Tempe. I live fairly close to the Loop 101. My employer, Scottsdale Community College, is right off the Loop 101. So I've spent a lot of time going north-south, south-north on the Loop 101, which is really 101, but no one says 101, they just say 101. Nice number, by the way. It's prime, so I like driving on a prime highway. And it's binary, and it's a number in base 2. In fact, in base 2, I would be driving loop 5. Last year, thanks to the Arizona Sci-Tech Festival and the Science Cafe organization, I learned about science cafes, and we decided to go ahead and start one. And our meeting location was Papago Brewing Company, located in Scottsdale, and we were going to meet once a month and have a speaker and then Q&A type stuff. Just learning about science with no prerequisite knowledge required. We initially called it the Science Cafe of South Scottsdale because Scottsdale's so long. The thinking was we would have a South Scottsdale Science Cafe and then eventually a North Scottsdale Science Cafe. But things changed, and we moved out of Papago Brewing Company, and instead we are now located in the Eureka Loft, which is located in the Scottsdale Public Library Civic Center Library. And we are now called the Scottsdale Science Cafe. So we basically moved from South Scottsdale into Scottsdale. It's a great meeting location. I show up early sometimes just to walk around the Civic Center Mall. Flowers, fountains, sculptures. Yeah, it's really a nice spot. And then just a short walk west and you're in Old Town Scottsdale, which is really quite nice. So far, our first speaker was a physicist who specializes in nano-enabled optics, and he also is the chairman of the Arizona Nanotechnology Cluster, and he came in and talked about nanotechnology. That was in February. Then in March, since we're in the middle of spring training and opening day was only a couple weeks away, we got an ASU professor to come in and talk about the science of baseball, because we thought baseball was a timely topic, and given it was mid-March. And then last month, April, we had the Vice President of Research and Development for a company that makes electronic cigarettes. And that has been a very timely talk, because the whole concept of these electronic cigarettes are now starting to get to a point where it's like, hey, where's the regulation? And some places are banning them, and then there's groups saying let's have vapor sit-ins, and So it's really been quite a timely topic. And here in May, although it hasn't been finalized, we're going to try to get a talk on solar that might include some stuff on quantum dots. You know, how is the nano affecting what's happening with solar technology, and with respect to the solar technology, just how much more advanced is it going to become? And I feel pretty well convinced, or I should say it's possible, that solar technology is going to be greatly enhanced thanks to doing things at the nano and atomic scale. So anyway, my involvement in the Science Cafe, I wouldn't be involved if it weren't for the fact that I was an instructor at Scottsdale Community College. The distance between the Eureka Loft and the SEC campus is not that far. It takes me maybe 10 minutes to get over there and back. It's not bad. Probably doesn't even take that long. So it's a great combination. I will admit that I would like to see a Science Cafe spawn up at SEC. That'd be a kind of a cool SSC at SCC. That sounds good to me, and I'd like to see that happen. The Eureka Loft has been a nice spot. Its attendance hasn't been very good, and we'll keep plugging away at that. I think as long as we continue to have good speakers, eventually we will have good attendance. So anyway, my involvement in this, I'm not a scientist, and my involvement in this is primarily because of my employer, which is Scottsdale Community College, and the fact that I have worked so long in Scottsdale, and I live in a neighboring town, Tempe, which happens to be the home of Arizona State University. So we're a university town, and Scottsdale, we're a community college town right now, thanks to Scottsdale Community College. So I think that's all I wanted to say about this, and movie.